7-2. We're talking about wins against all kinds of champions across the board, but John Salter's finally getting his chance at that title. 18-4, only one time has he gone the complete distance.
With the official introductions for tonight's Bellator Middleweight Championship bout, here is Michael C. Williams.
Bellator MMA live on Showtime from Mohegan Sun Arena. The time has come for tonight's main event. 5-minute rounds for the Bellator Middleweight World Championship. Sanctioned by the Mohegan Tribe Department of Athletic Regulation, Chairman James Gester, President of Sports and Entertainment Mr. Tom Cantone, Chief of Mohegan Tribe Lynn Minerva, and supervising at cage side Director Mike Mazzulli. And now, first introducing the blue corner. At 6'1", weighing in 185 pounds. As the #1 ranked contender, he enters with 18 professional victories, 4 losses, fighting out of Wilmington, North Carolina, presenting the challenger, John Sалтер. And across the cage, the champion tonight fights out of the red corner at 6'2", weighing in 185 pounds. The 6-time world champion tonight makes his first defense after regaining Bellator gold. His professional record remarkable at 47 victories, just 7 defeats with 2 draws. Fighting out of Amsterdam, Netherlands, the defending Bellator middleweight world champion, Ghegard Musasi. And when the bell rings, the referee in charge, Dan Mergliata.
All right, gentlemen, in center, please. All right, guys, been through the rules of the locker room. Want to obey my commands at all time. Want to protect yourselves at all time. Great job, gentlemen. Good luck, both of you.
Dan Mergliata set to officiate tonight's main event for the Bellator Middleweight Championship. Ghegard Musasi, now a 2-time champion in this division against John Sалтер. 8-1 in Bellator with 1 knockout and 6 submissions. The bell in round 1, the champion Musasi in the red gloves, the challenger, the southpaw Sалтер in the blue gloves. And Musasi told me prior to tonight's fight that he was going to, quote, bulldoze Sалтер, close quote.
Told me something very similar. You know, we'll see if he can do it, because John Sалтер,
he's not an easy out,
is a terror for everyone because he's so good at getting you to the ground and then dominating you on the ground. Ghegard Musasi has got to be careful.
26 of Musasi's 47 victories have been via form of knockout. Sалтер was TKO'd once against Gerald Harris in a UFC fight back in January of 2010 as Musasi moves forward.
Nice 1-2 combination, but it is the hand speed of Musasi where I see a big difference in the stand-up. He is known for his hand speed. He's got a very fast and sharp jab that he utilizes quite frequently. Go back to his fight against Rory McDonald, and you can see the difference in speed. And look at how
good takedown defense being exhibited by Musasi.
It was good. He stopped it, but you saw that John Sалтер did not just go with 1 attempt. He continued forward and gets the takedown. We'll see what he can do with it.
Sалтер began training jiu-jitsu at the age of 21 as a black belt. Also competed in the ADCC 2017 World Championship, when that's the highest level of grappling, John.
Absolutely, and you see Sалтер doing a very nice job of keeping that leg of Ghegard Musasi up, so he cannot use it to get himself back to his feet. He's got to free that leg.
Salter's 6 submission victories in Bellator middleweight competition are the most in divisional history. Musasi has been submitted 3 times in his career.
This right here is just a chess match of Musasi trying to keep his hips up against the cage, while Sалтер wants to bring his hips off of it so he can put his back down onto the canvas.
It's been nearly 7 years since Musasi was submitted. That came against Ronaldo Jacare Souza, they split fights and want to wish Jacare all the best in his future endeavors, having retired from the sport of MMA, a former Strikeforce champion.
Recently just retired, fantastic fighter, fantastic person, going back to the world of BJJ.
Musasi wanting to get back up to a vertical base. Salter looking to take his back, maintaining hold on his foot.
Notice him controlling that ankle. Basic wrestling right there. You keep that person's foot from being able to be planted on the ground. He cannot have a base. This is what John Salter does. Notice how he is now just systematically gotten himself towards the back of Ghegardt Moussassi. He's still not in a position to even think about getting the submission, but position before submission, and that's what John Salter is doing.
And years ago, a grappling heavy strategy was probably the easiest way to beat Moussassi, but that hasn't been the case in recent times.
No, the one thing about Ghegardt, he is very underrated in his ground game. His ground game is outstanding, especially from the top position. And he knew that coming into this that Salter was going to work at getting him down, and he could not allow himself to just accept the position. He had to always work towards getting himself back to his feet and away from John Salter.
It was Mousassi's older brother who got him training and grappling after Moussasi started with judo and boxing as a child. And Moussasi on his feet, coming up on the final minute of the opening round as Salter continues to control from behind, looking to take Moussasi to the canvas.
Moussasi fighting the hands, trying to turn into John Salter. That's a good move by Moussasi, but with Salter's hands, if he can get them together, he can get that takedown again.
Moussasi has 12 submissions, and right now just trying to create some form of separation, break the grip of John Salter with 30 seconds left in the round.
That was a nice knee inside. Very nice knee by Moussasi, and what he's doing right now, he's making John Salter work. It's not exciting for anyone, but John is working really hard at trying to get these takedowns and keep him down. That's going to play out as this fight goes longer.
Elbow strike by Moussasi as the first round comes to a close.
Right, clean, no fight.
Deep breath, Johnny.
Not a lot of big action in that round, but a lot of things that later on in this fight are going to add up to who's going to be successful. John Salter trying to work and bringing Ghegardt to the ground. Ghegardt working against it. Not a lot of strikes.
Moussasi's bulldozer failed to start in that opening round, thanks to John Salter.
Beautiful combination there. Good one good land by Moussasi, but it was this right here that changed the round when Salter was able to get in on that single leg, drive Moussasi to the cage, pick him up and sit him down. Pulled the leg out, sits him down, controlled the position. And the big difference in this round, not a lot of strikes from either guys, but these little knees right here, you see that hand coming a little bit off, he brings the knee up to the head.
Good fight IQ by Salter, good awareness.
Yes, it was.
All right, second round, let's go, guys.
Bell, round two. Based on what you saw in that opening 5 minutes, how do you have it on your unofficial scorecard?
Based on what I saw, probably the best strike landed was John Salter. He had the control of it. I give the round 10-9 to John Salter.
A more aggressive Ghegardt Moussasi starting here in round two, although he gets clipped by the left from Salter.
He does, but one thing that's going to change, look at how sweaty both guys are now. All those submissions.
Right hand lands for Moussasi.
All those submissions that John likes to go after, it's going to be very hard to hold on and get the takedown against Ghegardt Moussasi. John needs to move his feet in those situations. If you're going to move, I want you to move either laterally, left or right, and think of your counter strikes. Don't just go backwards.
Minute gone here in the second. Musasi stalking Sалтер. Sалтер blocks that kick.
And that's
Musasi with a straight left.
What you saw with the high kick from Musasi, that's a smart move by Musasi because John has got to block that. He can't take the chance of trying to slip it and it hitting him in the head. So it holds him in a position where he's not going to be able to catch the leg, and he's going to end up either blocking or eating the strike.
Southpaw Sалтер leads with the left. Minute and a half gone in the second. Musasi allowing Sалтер to move to his right, reset.
John is just looking for that moment where he can change levels and get into the hip structure of Ghegardt Musasi. He's just not finding that timing right now.
Musasi walking down Sалтер. Straight left, that high kick again by Musasi. 2 minutes gone here in the second round.
See, right, this is the type of fight that will wear John Sалтер out.
Pressured by Musasi.
Exactly, relentless pressure, and it makes it to where John's not comfortable. And when you're not comfortable in the fight, you tend to burn energy.
There's the takedown attempt, and Musasi stops the takedown, but the tenacious Sалтер continues to secure it and does so. 1 for 3.
And that was half of a round with Ghegardt Musasi landing a lot of clean, crisp striking. We'll see what John Sалтер can do from the grappling position.
Officially the second takedown secured by John Sалтер. Musasi just sitting down, not wanting to try to wall walk now, trying maybe to do so.
He's going to try to wall walk, but he knows right now that John wants to pull his hips off of that cage. Pull the hips off so I can swing you around and get your back onto the canvas. That's why Ghegardt is using that fence as a balance point. Landing little strikes. Here you're seeing Salter's trying to bring those legs together so he can get his hands together. This is very exhausting by John Sалтер. If he gets this, that's good for him, but if he doesn't, it's going to start to demoralize him as far as it burned a lot of energy and ended up with nothing. And that elbow strike that you're looking at, that's super important for Ghegardt Musasi to go back to that, because that will make John Sалтер bring his hand off of the leg up to protect his head.
Musasi continues to defend, now in top position with Sалтер on his back. Musasi posturing up. Final minute of the second. Piston leg left hand by Musasi, stacking Sалтер against the fence.
And this right here, people look and they think, John Sалтer great on the ground. Well, trust me, in the top position, Ghegardt Musasi is a monster.
He wants to jackhammer those punches from distance.
He's got great hips. Watch how he'll bring the hip pressure forward, and then he brings heavy strikes down. Right now, John Sалтер is starting to eat a lot of shots.
Musasi looking to want to deliver on another prediction I heard him make, that he would stop it in the second round. 20 seconds left. Musasi ground and pound on the challenger, John Sалтер.
This is classic Ghegardt Musasi.
The dream catcher looking to smash the dreams of the #1 contender. Strong finish to round 2 for the Bellator middleweight champion.
You got to get up, John.
All right, let's check in with our guest analyst, the #2 ranked middleweight contender, Austin Vanderford. Austin, what do you think of this main event thus far?
I think it's going a lot how I thought it would go. I thought John would go after takedowns early, which he was successful in the first 2 rounds. Unfortunately, he's burnt a lot of energy, it looks like, so far. Ghegardt doesn't have a lot of respect for John's striking, so we'll see. I mean, he's throwing hard punches. He could catch him.
Appreciate your analysis and insight, Austin. Wish you a speedy recovery, because I know you are awaiting the winner of tonight's main event. So grueling action through the first
All right, you ready,
two
Joe?
rounds
Let's
of
go,
tonight's main event. Ghegardt Musasi used to sweating excellence, both of them dripping in sweat and finesse. John Sалтер, again, a guy who always determined to get the finish. And John, we have it on the screen. You have it 19-19 after 2 rounds. Why?
I have it 19-19 because I gave John Sалтер the first because he landed a couple of good strikes, the knee strikes, and had the positioning with the grappling. The grappling took place more than anything, so he got the round 10-9. Ghegardt Musasi definitely won the second round
Because of that.
bigger than John Sалтер won the first, but it's still a 10-9. I have it as an even fight.
Yeah, because of the numbers you just saw on your screen, one-way traffic in terms of offensive strikes landed by Musasi in round 2, and he continues to hunt down the #1 contender, Sалтер. Sалтер looks for the takedown, blocked again by Musasi.
Stonewalled that attempt right there. Beautiful job by Musasi. All those attempts as John Sалтер starts to shoot those shots and they don't work. It's just going to start to become this tidal wave that works against him.
Sалтер now 2 for 5 in the takedown department. Not surprisingly, Musasi yet to attempt a takedown. But he has a huge advantage in terms of punches thrown and landed.
Nice shot, actually, by John Sалтер, but look who ends up in the top position. And that's because John's getting tired. He has put a lot of energy in trying to get Ghegardt down to the mat. It didn't work for him in the second round. And now he's got a lot of time that he's got to work with here to get himself out of this bad position.
Musasi looking to perhaps secure mount on Sалтер, instead just plats him on the ground, delivering a steady diet of right hands, some of them sneaking through this guard of Sалтер. Referee on top of the action.
It's a championship fight, but John's got to do something to stop what Ghegardt's doing.
The Musasi onslaught ends with Ghegardt Musasi successfully beginning his record second Bellator middleweight title reign with a successful title defense, stopping John Sалтер and salting away the victory with some extra pepper on those punches. Yes, I've been waiting all night long to say it, John.
Well, what Ghegardt did is he just showed you what a true professional and a guy that understands fighting remains so calm during moments where people think he's in
That's his
trouble.
older brother there.
Yep.
Man instrumental for getting him into the martial arts.
Absolutely, but Ghegardt is calm throughout, and that helps with his energy. He's amazing when you look at what he can do against really good fighters, because he is just exceptional.
Musasi living up to his promise of getting the stoppage.
Watch this, he just stonewalls that attempt by John Sалтер. And like I said, now that he's a little slippery, it makes it so much harder. Sалтер goes in on the leg, but ends up where he gets turned based upon the arm position of Ghegardt. Ghegardt just starts to open up with elbows. Look at the difference. Look at the posture. See how he's got distance? Distance equals escape. But when you're John Sалтер and you're tired, for Ghegardt, it's meaning power. He's putting big, heavy shots on him. Sалтер can do nothing to stop the attack, and referee Dan Miragliotta brings an end to it.
So Ghegardt Musasi delivering on his promise to get the stoppage, and now showing respect to John Sалтер in his camp. Sалтer now 18-5, 8-2 in Bellator. His 3-fight win streak comes to an end.
Yeah, half guard. I couldn't move.
Already reflecting on what transpired in tonight's main event, but for Ghegardt Musasi, again, both these fighters 36 years of age. For Musasi, he now has recorded his 48th win, 27th via form of knockout, and he maintains his hold on the Bellator middleweight gold. Here's Michael C. Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, inside the Bellator cage, due to unanswered strikes, referee Dan Miragliotta steps in to wave off the contest officially. 2 minutes, 7 seconds into round number 3. The winner by TKO and still Bellator middleweight
the greatest mixed martial artist ever. Gehard Musasi begins his second title reign successfully here tonight.